Oh, hi. I didn't see you there.
Oh, hey. It's me, Bryce.
Who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone. What's up?
What is up? What is up, guys? It is a very special day because I have a cold and my voice is cracking, and we have a ton of you who called in and left us nice voicemails by calling us at 682-253-4468. And you've got some wacky, wild things that you've said to us, and so we're just gonna hop into it and start playing. And we sure do appreciate you guys. And so yeah, thanks for calling in, and let's talk some horror.
Yeah, so this is going back to November 27th from Ruby.
Hi, it's Ruby. What's his fucking name? Beyond the Grave. I'm Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, and I can't unsee it. And so whenever he's talking, I just think of Sheldon. It's just adorable. I hope he kind of looks like him, but and then Robert the Farter sounds like he's like a prepubescent 16-year-old in a good way. I'm not talking shit. So the real reason I wanted to call this movies. We need variation. Like,
Movies.
I love titties, don't get me wrong, but, like, you can only see so many fucking boobs before you get all bored. And so, like, if we had some more dicks in movies, you get, like, variation of color, of sizes, of curvature, of hair. I don't know, I want to see more dicks in movies. I feel like it would make it more entertaining. Okay, bye.
Well, it's true. I mean, we've been saying this for years. We've been saying this for... Well, first of all, I have a little bit of a problem with what Ruby was saying about, like, boobs getting boring. Can you fathom?
Spoken of like spoken like a true woman.
I've been staring at the same set for decades, and I'm like, I'm some good titties, you know? Like, I'm like, hell yeah. Every time I'm like, pow.
It's like fusion energy. It's just free, you know?
Yeah.
It's self-perpetuating.
Yeah. But she's definitely right. I think more dicks would be better. I mean, who doesn't want to see... I mean, look, show us your genitals. Like
right.
John LaJoy said. Just show us your genitals, and we'll be happy, especially in horror movies. Like, what's your excuse not to? It's supposed... Like, Eastern Promise is delivered. Why didn't the rest of his catalog, Cronenberg coming out with all these fucking super disturbing body horror things, never cut a dick in half, not one time? Okay, next caller.
Okay, this one is from Beyond the Grave.
Oh, yeah, she did talk about Beyond the Grave. Who just calls?
Hey, it's Beyond the Grave. I was listening to the Annie Hardy interview about Dash Cam, which I said I loved that movie. I thought it was great. Like you guys were saying, not original plot, but just, I think it was a refreshing step back from your typical, like, found footage. But, like, she was saying how people are really angry at her. They're like, oh, you should have died in the movie, you should die in real life, and all this shit, which is unfortunate. But I'm confused about why, I feel like people do this more with, like, women in found footage movies. I mean, they do, but a lot of other things. So I'm like, I don't know. But also she ties in that, like, this is a little bit of an exaggerated personality of herself she's portraying in the movie. But, I mean, the same thing happened with the actress from Blair Witch Project. She never fucking worked again. Everyone was pissed at her about that movie. They were like, so your character is a real fucking bitch, huh? And she was like, no, no one just listened to her in the movie. And they're like, no, she's a fucking bitch. She should have fucking died. It was just, it's overwhelming. But, I feel like you don't see that. I didn't see that reaction with Creep. Like, I wasn't watching that movie like, I hope this guy gets out. Like, it's found footage. You're just saying, let's see what happens. Let's follow this narrative. I feel like those movies aren't really made to get you invested in, like, are the characters going to make it or not? It's just like, here it is. Here's what's going to happen. Anyway, gotta go.
Gotta go. She called Beyond the Grave. Ruby called Beyond the Grave Sheldon. I don't know if he would be offended by that, but and then she also said that Robert seemed kind of prepubescent. But I mean, if you listen to Robert a year ago, he seemed a little bit, but now seems kind of manly.
He's fully pubescent.
Yeah, he was telling me on Patreon. He's like, you guys should listen to Mr. Bungle. And I was like, I've been bungling since before you were born. No, but what do you think about what he had to say about Annie Hardy and the unfortunate lady from Blair Witch?
Yeah, I mean, it's a unfortunate side effect of being in a found footage, and yeah, I think like the common criticism of found footage is that you're not really getting into the character so much; you're getting into the circumstance. That it's all pretty. Everything's very passive. It's not character motivated. It's all about like what's happening to them, which is fair. And I think the personalities that have to be in those movies are very strong. So, saying like, "Oh, she's a bitch," is like, yeah, but you want to come away with that. You want a bitch to be in those circumstances because they're not, going to freeze up and be like, yeah, what if it was just like some like 14-year-old wafy, girl in the corner and someone jumps at her, she just freeze.
Do you think it has
eaten by demons? That's not fun.
That's not fun. Do you think it has something to do with the fact, like, do you think this has something to do with the fact that she's a woman? Do you think this kind of thing happened? Because, I don't know, people kind of expect dudes to be dicks.
No one gives a shit about the guys in Blair Witch, apparently.
Yeah.
And they're huge dicks.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're also pretty bitchy, They're a bunch of bitches.
Yeah. I think people expect dudes to be dicks, but if a woman shows, like, I mean, look, the Annie Hardy in the movie, in the Dashcam movie, was definitely opinionated in a direction that's not popular right now.
Right.
However, she's a strong woman character, strong female character. So which do you want? Like,
yeah,
which is it? I don't know. I think it's a little maybe a little sexist.
I just got done like an hour ago watching this Netflix doc that is on a story that I've heard about already. I think I heard it through This American Life, but
how many times are they going to fool you into watching Netflix docs?
This one was
stupid bitch.
This one was okay. Like in terms of like the Netflix thing where it expands it 5 times longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
This was 3 episodes. It could have been
what was it
2
called?
hours, but each episode was like about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So really, in essence, it's about 2.5 hours. I don't know. Does the math check out on that?
Yeah,
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but really, like, it's separated really well. It's like sets up the crime that was committed, and then in the first episode, second episode is like the investigation, and the third episode is like the legal proceedings. But it's this.
What's it called?
Don't answer that call or don't answer the phone or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it's about this case where this prank caller would call in McDonald's or like Taco Bell and talk to the manager, and they'd impersonate a police officer, and they would they would tell the manager that one of their employees is accused of stealing money from a customer earlier in the night, and he gives like a description of the employee, which is usually like a diminutive girl, teenager. And so they'd bring in this teenager, and then the cop would like slowly like have the manager like interrogate them, and then search them, and then strip search them to the point where they have these
about this.
girls standing naked in the office doing and getting people to do horrific, I mean, not horrific things, but like basically
assaulting people.
Yeah, sexually assault these young girls, and then they just, it goes on as long as there's...
It's a prank! It's a prank!
Some say it's the Jerky Boys' worst bit, but but it's like all wrapped up into this impulse for compliance, and like all these pieces have to fall in place for that to even work.
I feel like I've seen something about that exact thing.
There's a literal movie based off of it called Compliance. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
And anyways, so like, you don't want the people that would be fooled by that caller to be in the found footage movies.
Right. Annie Hardy would never fucking be. She'd be like,
right.
Never. She'd be like me. She'd like call it. She'd say, oh, there's a conspiracy, you know.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to have to strip search you. It's like, you ain't strip searching me, but you can suck my fucking clit. You know?
Oh, man.
Anyways, I got off track there.
Next call.
Next caller.
Hello, Horror Movie Talk. Hey, Bryce. Hey, David. I'm such a big fan, and this morning my Spotify showed me my wrap up for the end of the year, and it said I spent. Well, let me explain first. I'm in an interesting situation. I live in a sober living house with 4 other women. Also new in sobriety. And let me tell you, y'all are what I fall asleep to every night. And my Spotify this year said I listened to y'all for 4,481 minutes. I'm calling from South Carolina. And big fan from down here in the South. I think my favorite episode this year was when y'all covered hatching, or whatever it is, and it's Han Hadja. And that was so good. I cannot tell you how hard I laughed to the not quite bird, not quite person drop. Anyway, huge fan. I can't say how many of those 4,481 minutes I was conscious for, but I always go back and finish the ones that I fell asleep during. Anyway, huge fan. Thank you guys. Y'all are the absolute best. And probably y'all are responsible for why I'm such a huge fan of horror movies now. I was always a scaredy cat of them, and starting in 2020 when I listened to y'all, now I'm like a horror movie pro for the most part. Anyway, thanks, guys. Kisses.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me what you're wearing tonight while you're listening to horror movie talk? I just want to...
Oh, it's Satan. Hello, Satan. You're back. It's been so long since you come on the show, Satan.
Just want to say to all the ladies out there listening to Horror Movie Talk in the Dirty South, this is your daddy, Bryce Hanson.
That's fucking Bryce Satan. No, hey, for real though, congrats on sober living and getting clean. That's huge. Also, congrats on your voice. That's very nice as well. And 4,481 minutes of horror movie talk. That equates to 74 hours, almost 75 hours of horror movie talk. At first I was like, do we have that much content? And then I realized we have like 12 times that much content. So, we have a lot of content. I didn't realize how much.
Yeah, I mean, we got 4 years worth of content, David.
Yeah, you know what? Holy shit, Satan. Oh my God. Dude, I've been meaning to say, by the way, talk about sexy. You're sitting over, I like this recording at night with you. You got that tousled hair up in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, I got.
Whoa, hey.
I'm using your.
Yeah.
I'm using your old
My fart mic.
mic cord.
Oh, the shitty cord,
Yeah,
yeah.
the shitty cord. I've got a new toy for Christmas.
Oh, some sort of modulator of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a modulator?
We got the deep voice.
That's hot.
We got the harmony.
That's excellent.
Let's see
Hey,
what else we got.
well, hey, but
We're on the telephone, so let's answer the next caller.
oh, it's Howard. Howard Stern's here.
I
here
forgot
with us.
to add. So happy y'all started finally doing YouTube. Bryce, the hat you rocked in Bone Tomahawk. Mwah, chef's kiss. Epic. And your attack by that dog at the beginning of Dog Soldiers. And also, not only am I a horror movie talk whore, but I am a whore for Bugsy, man. The song at the end of the episode goes hard every time, and I rock out. So, yeah, tell Bugsy I'm a whore for him.
Well, he's not far away from you.
Yeah, Bugsy's from the dirty South too.
Be careful what you wish for, lady. Bugsy will appear in the mirror. If you say Bugsy 5 times in the mirror, turn the lights off. You will not be the same again. Yeah, no, for real. You really bring out that. You've been bringing out a lot of the stops lately with the backgrounds. We got 1-800-MOM-WORRY in the background. We got your ma'am hat, your 5-gallon hat there.
Well, I mean, after watching Yellowstone, I've really found my identity now.
It's a Dutton. Mm-hmm. You're a Dutton.
I'm a Dutton.
Yeah. Are you on Beth's good side or
who is?
Nobody.
I'm not her father, so no.
Well, she gets to fall asleep and rips big strong arms each night. Yeah. He could rip my asshole right out. Tell you what, those big strong fingers. No, she didn't say her name, but I hope you call back and listen. It's super. Like I haven't drank or smoked anything in about 2 years now. Didn't do any program, but I'm my life is much improved, and so stick with it. That's huge. Keep with that stuff. Sobriety it's what all the cool kids are doing. So
Mazel tov.
Mazel.
What's up, guys? I'm Nick here, calling as I start my day off. Starting it off right with the Menu podcast, the review. I'm excited. Wanted to call before I even watched it just to give my own thoughts on a movie that I've never seen. I guess. Not really. Anyways, I like that company. Don't use this in the Whoores, please.
What?
Too late.
Did he become uncomfortable and then he asked us not to use it?
It's like, oh wait,
that's not how the voicemail works. We don't screen any of these calls. You could anything could happen.
Don't
Let's just put it that
tell
way.
them.
Yeah. You could.
Hey, Robert Carter, listening back on your Blind Manor episode, and you were talking about what songs they played, and Bryce, you said Steve Winwood's "Power of Love." And you said that a bunch, and that actually doesn't exist. It's called Higher Love, and just as you guys get to know me, you'll realize that I love 80s music. So, anyways, Robert DeForder.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have known. Power of Love is by Huey Lewis and the News.
Right. Yeah. It's the power of love. You got two songs mixed
Higher
up.
Love. I was close enough. I knew smart people like Robert the Farter would understand what song I was talking about.
Okay, in a million goddamn years, if I'd have told you 5 years ago, would you believe me that somebody would scrutinize the words that you say enough that some kid in Utah would be correcting you on the song that you just got a word out of place on, like, that's so bonkers to me. Thank you for correcting Bryce and making my whole month.
In all honesty, that's all I expected from having a podcast. I didn't think anyone would listen and enjoy it. Be like, listening, what a bunch of idiots.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Actually,
actually. Well, I mean, he is right though. He's right.
Here's Robert the Farter again.
Bryce.
Hey,
wrong.
Robert the Farter. Again, I just wanted to call back. So I was listening to Bly Manor, and you were talking about how Haunting of Hill House has all these little, like, ghost outlines in the background, and how you haven't noticed that Bly Manor has done that. But actually, Bly Manor does that a lot. Like, if you pay attention really closely to the background, like, not the main characters where your eye wants to focus, but, like, the back. And, anyways, it's Robert the Farter.
Yes. He could call in and be like, I have some bad news. It's about your relative. They've deceased. And then as long as he ends it with, I'd be like, You're muted if you're talking. You're still muted. I can't hear a thing you're saying. I'm going to do this now just to cover you up. Look at Bryce. Can't talk McGee over there. Oh, man. What a silly goose. What about this?
I'm an idiot.
Oh, he's coming back.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Find my Robert the Farter filter.
That's not the right filter, but I like that filter. Do it again.
Hey, everybody. I can probably get it to this more like a sultry woman voice.
Ooh.
Down here. Hey, honey. How was your day?
You sound like the grandma from Poltergeist. No, bring it back.
She has made a connection. What does she say? Can't remember.
This house is clear.
This house has been cleansed.
Oh, she's such a goofy little gal. I like her.
Let's forget all the phone calls. Let's just play with this for the rest of the time.
Okay. What?
Okay. All right.
Very good. Next caller.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
What up, HMT? This is your boy, Bino Burhan from Richmond, Virginia. Just wanted to say how much I enjoyed the Titan episode. That's actually how you pronounce it. It's a French word. Titan.
Okay. Titan.
But yeah, you guys were just had me in stitches, and just it was an awesome show. So keep up the awesome work. Love you guys, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and be safe out there.
Yeah, I've stopped listening so much to our own reviews because I can't stand the sound of my voice, and it's finally getting to me.
Again?
But
it was hard at first.
But
like
I did listen
editing.
to the Titan review, and I'm going to say we're very funny people.
You said that, you told me that, and then I listened to it. I was like, all right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it
what
killed
was the funny
me.
part that killed you?
I don't know. I mean, I can't recall now. It's been a week or two.
I think re-listening to it, I was like, I really like the. I always like my observations, I guess.
Yeah,
I was
they're
kind of
good.
curious about that. No, the discussion around how the dancing fire station was.
Yeah,
like
I just want to dance.
was a reflection
Guys,
of like
we lost 5 or 6 people to smoke inhalation and stripped out esophagus. I just need to dance. I just got to dance this off.
just how the main guy in that felt like it was written from the female gaze. It was like
yeah,
like
yeah.
They got what being a man is as wrong as male writers get what being a woman is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just give my I'll just pat myself on the back.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. Good job. Tousle that hair up a little more. I like it. Oh, whoa.
I could probably it's been a couple days. I could probably get it pretty wild.
Are we doing are we wilding right now?
Let's wild out, man.
Are we wilding? Okay. Let's do it. Let's let the hair down. This is what's happening. If you're not following us on YouTube, you're missing out on the hair off right now. Oh.
All right. Well, I do what I can.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh. Ladies, I'm sorry for what I'm going to do to all your
See, now we just got to put our headphones on. It ruins everything.
All right, we've all got hair now. Let's all just put it away.
Hey, it's Robert the Farter. Just wanted to tell you guys about 2 horror movie hot takes that I've got. And number 1, I like the old the It miniseries better than I like the new one. The new one's just too much of a jump scare, gore factory for me. As well as I do like Halloween 3, and I will admit to that. It's a fun 80s movie. It's got some really cool graphics. It's got bugs crawling out of people's faces and, Stonehenge and robotic agents, government spies. It's just awesome. And anyways, it's Robert the Farter.
Yes. Yeah, you're quiet again. You're doing the thing.
Yeah, I got to say, it's probably on brand for Robert to like the 90s It versus the remake. Like, he's an old soul. Old as in, likes the 90s and 80s when I grew up. But that's equivalent to me liking 3-piece suits and pocket watches at this point.
Is that bad? Should you not?
I'm just saying, like, that's the age gap between us and Robert the Farter.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably, 19? 16 to 19?
Something like that.
Yeah, probably, actually, it could be like 15 to 17. So, that's somebody born after 2000.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
His life never touched on 9/11.
9/11. Yeah, no. Well,
I gotta say
I feel about that.
Don't joke about 9/11.
Is it too soon?
Less. That's probably one of my favorite Norm clips from his podcast.
I've been watching so many Norm clips late this week.
Oh my god! Don't joke about 9/11. 9/11. I walked through blood and bone on 9/11 to find my brother. He was in northern Canada.
I watched the reaction to his final Netflix special.
Oh,
with,
the interview with Conan and
Conan and Chappelle and Letterman and Sandler and Spade and Molly Shannon, and it was touching. It was like but it was strange because it was like everything you kind of knew. Like you knew all of the stuff that they said. Like they didn't say anything that was like that you didn't know, which is. It's interesting because he was such an enigma of a person, but that's just who he was. That's literally just who he was, which is so crazy when you compare it to other enigmas of comedy, like Kaufman and those kind of people who, you don't really know what they were about. It's kind of like questionably mental illness and that kind of thing, maybe. but with Norm, it seems like he was just honest. And I think the thing that with Norm that blows me away is every time you see him, he's smiling. Every time. And it's just like, what is he so elated about?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I don't know, I could go on forever, you know me, but yeah, I think like, I just take away that he was a real mercurial person. Like he'd switch gears very quickly, but for the most part, like he'd stay between like a place of love or a place of mischief, you know? And, yeah. Anyways, that kind of came out from those stories that they were telling.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Just because it's, and I mean, but like I said, you knew it all. Like he's down to his love for Letterman and just his last tour with everyone where he was just like, they were like, yeah, he was really emotional and I didn't know why, you know, and it's like, that makes total sense. He's just a good guy who's really fucking funny. Like just funny. Not like for performance, fun. Like that's his personality was funny. Yeah. Like people say I'm funny, but I'm not. Like, you know what it's like hanging around with me. It's stressful. You know, I think with Norm, it's actually funny. You know, it was probably fun to be with him. You know.
I think Robert the Farter follows up and adds on to his thing about it.
Hey, real quick, this is Robert the Farter. Just forgot. Also, I think that Tim Curry's Pennywise is a lot scarier than Bill Skarsgård. Not that Bill's isn't good, just I don't know, something about Tim Curry's really puts me off. You know, like just that smoker voice. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Robert the Farter.
Yeah, I think I talked about this at length on those podcasts, but yeah, Tim Curry is a way better Pennywise for me because he was a clown. Like the character was a clown as opposed to a monster first
and a demon second.
Right, and that's way more disturbing when you see a clown revealing himself as a demon as opposed to a demon who comes in the form of a clown, where it's obvious that they're a demon.
You know, it's a good point. It is a good point.
Especially that first scene. I think that, like, really lays the groundwork with what they're doing with Pennywise. Because, like, in the 90s one, Tim Curry was like, when Georgie comes with his boat, it's believable that a little kid would be like, oh, it's an actual clown in the storm sewer. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, he's just a nice clown. I guess that's weird, but, you know.
I'm a kid,
clowns
so I
aren't
don't know
dangerous.
Better. Yeah.
And then with Bill Skarsgård, it's like, no, he's terrifying. Like, even as a little kid, you would not trust, like, how creepy he was in the storm drain.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't have a lot of dog in this fight. I will say that the 90s version is shitty. It is not good. It is bad. The first half is somewhat entertaining, and the second half is
yeah. The 90s one is definitely dated and pretty painful to rewatch, but I think the commonality between both of them is the second half is just way worse than the first half. The first half is like where all the compelling stuff is. And where it's actually interesting watching the kids and having them in that situation. And then, like...
almost like the source material was shitty on the second half and good on the first half. Just saying. I'm just guessing.
All right. Here's a real short call.
All right.
Hey, y'all. My name's...
All right.
Well, you missed Elizabeth there.
I missed Elizabeth. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. I'm listening to Hatchet Review. I just want to say I actually agree with Bryce. I think Friends is like the worst show ever. I just can't imagine how anyone finds that show funny. And ironically enough, I love Seinfeld. That show is so funny. The soup N-word that one. That episode is so funny. I have never laughed harder in my entire life. I grew up watching that show. It's so funny. I don't know how anyone can find Friends funny. I'm sorry. It's awful. I also don't know how Bryce can still find host 9 out of 10, but, here we are, full circle. But I finally can agree with you on something, and I agree with that. So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a fantastic New Year. Bye.
I wonder what Elizabeth's opinion on Dashcam was.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Same guy.
Same guy. And, no, I mean, it's weird to me that so many, okay, there's a lot of people who find Friends funny. There's a lot of people who find Seinfeld funny. I have heard many people who dislike Friends say they love Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never heard anyone who likes Friends be like, Seinfeld, fuck that. Like, which just kind of tells me that, I don't know. I don't know where it exactly it tells me, but I don't have a problem with either of them. Like, they're funny in their own regard.
I'm sure they're out there, people that like Friends and dislike Seinfeld. They just aren't our listeners.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't hate Friends. I just don't feel anything about Friends, and, like, anytime I peek at it, it's like, doesn't seem that great. I mean, I've seen the one scene that I'm like, okay, there might be something there, is the moving the couch up the stairs scene.
There's so many scenes like that. Like, it's just the whole show is just chock full of, like, it's just a lot of really good episodic sitcom stuff. Like, it's really good.
I think, you know what might be the, what's the word? Is it the
common denominator?
Shibboleth?
I don't know. What are we looking at?
I don't know what that's the right word, but it's like the kind of key to whether you can really like Friends all in, or if there's something off, is whether you like Matthew Perry's, was it Matthew
Perry? Yeah.
Perry's performance. He's Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Matthew Perry's style of sitcom acting.
My God.
It's
pretty close to Seinfeld. Pretty close.
There's something about it that just, like, I don't know. It's so artificial to me that it's like, wow, I'm watching a sitcom now. Look at Matthew Perry. Look at him go. And if you're into it, it's great. And if you're like, this is obviously a sitcom actor trying to be funny, it's like, it's okay, I guess,
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you've never, like, there was a good 2 or 3 years where people thought the best thing to say to me, specifically David Day, they'd walk up to me and they'd be like, do you watch The Big Bang Theory? Because if you don't, you should, because you'd love it, because you're just like those guys. And I'd be like, oh yeah? Have they murdered you by pushing your eyeballs into the sockets of your eye? Because I'm about to kill you. And they'd be like, you don't like it? I'd be like, it's the fucking worst fucking show in the world. It's the worst. And
I don't know if I've told this story yet. I must have told this story, at least on an afterpod. I saw the pilot of Big Bang Theory before it was released, before it was broadcast.
Oh yeah. I think you've told me this. Yeah.
Like, me and Aaron were in Vegas for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And just one of those things, there was like what was it? CBS? Was it on CBS?
I don't know.
They had some kind of thing where it was like the market research thing where they pulled you in and like, hey, you want to come in and answer some questions about a show? We'll give you whatever. Yeah. And so we went in and watched The Big Bang Theory and gave feedback. And I'm sorry, we tried. That's all I can say. We were 2 out of,
like
12 people in the room.
You're like Milhouse with the knob. Beep, beep. Beep.
Yeah, it's
It was fucking so
that was
bad.
the only episode I watched because that was all I needed. I was like, yeah, I get it. It's
Dude, and it
so
would
artificial.
always be the same person who would approach me with it. And you, this is the problem, was you couldn't get too mad at this person because of the because they were this person. They were just happy-go-lucky. They were just enjoying life, you know? They were the kind of person who could just enjoy life. I'm not going to say they're stupid, but they could enjoy life easily. And that tells you all you need to know.
They were really happy.
They were happy.
All the time.
Yeah,
the kind of people that are happy all the time.
Yeah.
You know, not a care in the world.
Didn't think a lot. Weren't really thinking a lot. I'm sorry. Listen, if you like Big Bang, I don't have anything particular against you because you haven't reached out to me and told me that I should watch it. And because I'm just like somebody.
But Sheldon. Anyways,
okay.
Moving on.
Young Sheldon.
Hey, y'all. This is Tadward. And I just wanted to tell you guys I love you so much. I travel a lot, and I don't really have a lot of people around me all the time. And so it's good to have your voices around. You're like some of my best friends, but you don't even know it. Y'all are the best. You always make me laugh. I used to side more with I used to be more Team David, but lately David's been whack, and Bryce has been right. Bryce's opinions are better now. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that. David just hating on everything lately. Get it together. But
I'm sorry, Tad.
No, honestly, it's a fucking stupid accent. The Hellraiser episode where Bryce, you told David his dick would fall off if he took too many boner pills, and then he kind of believes you or is unsure. It's like I go back to that moment and re-listen to it a few times a week still. It's just so fucking funny to me. But hey, despite me having a dumb accent at the beginning of this, I really meant everything I said, and this is Chad from Indiana. And yeah, man, you guys are rad. Thank you so much for making the show and you know, kind of giving me some friends to talk about horror movies with that I don't really have. So anyways, keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully you guys do some more of those theater shows and I can make it out to one of those. Have a sick day.
I just had a sick day, man.
Hey, Chad. What are you wearing right now, buddy?
Satan wants to know what you're wearing, Chad.
Chad was coming all out towards David with
Hair, whack. It's gear, whack. Whack. It's jewelry, whack.
Whack.
It's foot stance, whack. The way
Don't-
that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smoke.
Okay.
fucking YouTube. I wish it would work.
Yeah, no, you're right. David's stupid, and Bryce is smart, and Bryce is right, and David's wrong. And that's just what it is and what it will be.
Finally, we've all landed on the truth.
We've all this is a long experiment, a really long, windy road to get to where we're at, but here we are.
Just a public service announcement. That's not a lie. I wasn't making that up. If you experience an erection for longer than 4 hours, it's called priapism, and you need to see a doctor because your dick can fall off. Just search priapism. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna do it. I don't need to go to the doctor for something.
Image
that
search it. Google image search.
I've continually proved I'm all right. I don't need to freak myself out about my 20-hour boners. All right. It feels good in my pants. I have a lot of Vaseline on hand to keep the chafing down.
Why did I do it?
Oh, yeah.
I just image search Priapism.
I don't
do it.
I won't. I will not. Do not worry. We got another one here from Elizabeth. And Chad, I hope you reach out to us. If you don't got somebody to talk to, you talk to us. And that goes for all y'all. Drop us a line.
Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. I'm just listening to your Carrie review, and I did want to chime in on the whole puberty thing. So if anyone listening to this voicemail is squeamish or doesn't want to get personal, just skip right along from mine. I imagine everyone listening here is an adult, but you never know. So my experience growing up in high school was not in the 70s, was in the early 2000s, but God forbid you have your period like during school, because obviously you can't control when you're going to have your period. So God forbid you get it during school. You go into a bathroom opening like a pad or a tampon, everyone is going to hear it and everyone is going to laugh at you 100%. These days, I'm like, whatever, open that shit right away. But back in high school, you would have to discreetly open it, because if anyone knew you were on your period, they would 100% make fun of you. Like, obviously, it's a natural thing, but yeah, we would definitely be made fun of. And it doesn't even make any sense why. It happens to everybody, but for some reason, if they heard that pad or tampon open, yeah, that you were getting made fun of. So yeah, this movie is pretty accurate. I'd say women's locker rooms, yeah, you're going to get made fun of. Don't have shaved legs, you're getting made fun of. Don't shave your crotch area, yeah, you're getting made fun of, 100%. Guys, I don't know what's going on over there, but for women, yeah, we're going to get made fun of for all the stupid little things. These days, like I said, I'm an adult. I don't really give a shit if people hear me opening that stuff now. It's whatever, but yeah. Women, anybody else listening, please tell me that my high school was the same way, because it was pretty awful. But, all right, later.
Somebody laughs at my bush. I'll be like, sniff my balls, you dusty old fart. Like, this is so confusing to me. Like, well, I mean, it's not like I didn't have a small dick in high school and now. So, you want to talk about getting made fun of. Buckle up, buttercup. But, then I raped him, so it was okay. I made it okay by virtue of my actions. You're muted. No one can hear you.
All right.
I didn't rape him.
Moving on.
It was a Norm joke. He said that. It was a direct quote.
Oh, I didn't. What was the quote?
Nothing. You wouldn't get it. It's one of the ones you never heard.
Horror movie talk! Hey, it's Jersey Mike. That's my new name. I was just giving you guys a call and telling you guys I definitely love the whole Carrie episode. I love the fact you guys kept playing the one soundbite. They're all gonna laugh at you! I love it, dude. Really funny. Anyways, so question for you guys. You guys go see a lot of horror movies, sometimes in the theater. What's the one horror movie you guys had to walk out of? Because it was so bad. Or let's just say you couldn't stomach it anymore because it was just one of those movies that wouldn't even make it on the basic cable. Just curious. Take it easy, guys. Love the show.
You know, it's a blessing and a curse having a horror movie podcast with a partner, because you can't really walk out of any of these movies that we go see because we're depending on each other to watch them.
Oh, yeah.
But regardless,
name one or two that you wanted to watch.
The ones that were really hard.
You want me to start it off? I got one right out the gate.
What's the one that was based off of The Turn of the Screw? That one.
Oh, The Turning?
The Turning.
That was pretty bad. But
pretty awful.
I could do even better. Remember the second or third movie we ever saw, Slenderman? That movie was so fucking ghastly terrible. That movie was dog shit.
Oh man, let me pull up the spreadsheet of episodes. Let me see if
so one horror movie that I 100% did walk out on, and it was like the second date with my now wife was The Messengers with what's her face, Kristen Stewart, and god damn, The Messengers was fucking bad. It was terrible. Yeah, let me think here. What were some other real bad ones that
My
we saw?
spreadsheet doesn't work anymore. It's not pulling. That's unfortunate.
Well, here I'm looking at it. Let's see here. You didn't like Hellfest very much, if I recall.
Yeah, but that one didn't like make me angry that I had to watch it. It wasn't. I don't know, that one's pretty close actually.
There haven't been a ton that I've just been dying to walk out of.
Oh, you know what? Mad God. I would have noped out of that.
Oh, that
pretty
was
quickly.
Yeah, it was pretty not
I
happy
get it.
for you.
I get it. All right, let's move on.
Let's see here. Oh, Dead Night was terrible. Remember Dead Night?
Yeah, Dead Night was awful.
To be honest with you, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was... I don't think we gave it a very bad score, but thinking back, like, there's a lot of movies that I think back on about how super boring they were. That one was up there on just being supremely boring.
Yeah, I don't remember that one being awful.
No, it wasn't awful. It was just boring.
Yeah.
I really... Let's see here. Yeah, other than that, I mean, you know, none are really coming to mind. I definitely say Slenderman. Slenderman was fucking terrible. I hated it, and I wish I could have walked out on it.
Yeah, Slenderman was bad.
We were real early in the game. That was like our second or third episode, so we were real excited to just do anything. You know, we were just like, oh my god, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make a podcast, and then we did, and we did it on Slenderman. We built it on that Slender Man. Next call.
I'm still looking through all our... I'm on page 10 of 29. I got to look through all of our movies that we reviewed. Okay.
That's Jersey Mike was our last call.
Joyzy Mike. Thanks for calling in, Joyzy Mike.
Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for calling in. If you want to support the show, you know how to do that. You head over to our Patreon. You head over to our website. Click on the Amazon link up at the top. Click on that Patreon link up at the top. Buy some stuff at the shop. You know what to do. We sure do appreciate you. And if you want to call in...
the rest of the episode, I'll be playing...
with my modulator.
Call in at
Thanks
68...
for calling in at 682-253-4468.
Yeah,
we'll see you next time on Horror Movie Talk FM.
Whoore. Whoore. Whoores.